What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. You don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 8. My review, recap, breakdown, spoiler warning. Again, spoiler warning for Season 6, Episode 8. If you haven't seen the episode yet, spoiler warning. And man, there's been a lot about this episode going around for early access. Some people haven't seen it yet, so I have to emphasize the spoiler warning. But if you love the Walking Dead universe, Fear the Walking Dead, the Walking Dead World Beyond, hit that subscribe button, become a valued member of our PT channel, Walking Dead family today. So I had my early access review because we watched it early access. AMC Premiere Plus members got to see Fear the Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 8 a week early. So we talked about it and we broke it down there. Also, we talked about it in a different video where we discussed, did they just ruin Fear the Walking Dead? It's a good, fun discussion video, but people were like, oh, I can't believe you said this in there. You ruined it for me. You spoiled it for me. And again, if you skip the intro, spoiler warning, one more time, I can't say it enough because there's been enough people complaining about the spoilers and I haven't seen the episode yet until Monday and I'm going to do this. How about you don't watch any YouTube videos or you stay away from it there and you don't have to worry about it. But nah, YouTube creators who make videos like this are to blame, right? Sarcasm. But if you're probably here, you probably watched the episode already. But ultimately, it was a John Dorie episode that we saw his final episode on the show. Nice callback to Rick there. Look at all this red, red. All I see is red. And some people are still annoyed by the red lanterns, the red objects theories, but it keeps popping up. So we're going to talk about it every time we see it. And we'll talk about it in my Easter egg video later this week. So we see John cleaning his guns and he's basically watching a gangster movie and he's going to end up trying to kill himself. And it doesn't work because the walkers keep coming by. But the thing is, if you're going to kill yourself, who cares if these walkers are coming by? But he loads some ammo into his gun, tries to shoot himself. Nope, another walker. Nope, another walker. And it's just rinse and repeat over and over again. But who cares if all these walkers keep coming down? He has a goodbye message to June with the Scrabble tiles. That's from, season 4. Again, more walkers keep coming. So he shoots the walkers instead of himself. And if you notice in the episode, maybe you've missed it, he calls the walkers the past. And there's a lot of symbolism in this episode. And ultimately he puts his head down and it's very telling because you see it here. And then you see the shot of the doorway where he ends up, washing up on the door later on the door. And the episode is titled The Door. But he goes back to the general store, the bait and beer store, and you see the numbers on the pumps. They are in red. He sees the walkers here. You see the red on the flag. It's American flag, so obviously. And he's killing these walkers. And I believe he fires 7 shots from his gun that he has in his hand there, and then he holsters it, and then he takes the other gun out and kills the walkers. But it reminds me of the never-ending shotgun that Herschel had in season 2 of The Walking Dead. But nonetheless, he kills the walkers, and he calls them the past, which is interesting. But he kills the walkers, because he's a gunslinger, but he goes into the general store, comes across Dakota and Morgan, and this is the first time that he's seen Morgan since Jenny shot him. So it's a nice hello. And this is the first time I caught it when he calls them the past on the bridge. So that's what he calls walkers, the past. Again, another name besides zombies. Morgan's excited to see John. The ranger comes into the store. John doesn't shoot him. He has one of the candies that I guess John has. He also goes over to the movie rental list that John used to write on when he used to take a movie out. So the guy knows that John Dorie is here in the area at least. He tries to radio back to Virginia. He leaves the store to get a better signal, and John, Dakota, and Morgan are safe. The guy just can't get a hold of anybody, so he leaves. He doesn't check the store around it, at least. He doesn't check the back room or anything, but this is The Walking Dead. Morgan goes back to John's cabin, and they have some fish. You see the duct tape on Morgan's bandage. Duct tape does it all. John tries to put this door on the doorway and it doesn't fit. Obviously, it's kind of symbolic, but ultimately Morgan wants John and Dakota and everybody to come back to his sanctuary at the dam. And John's like, I can't do it. And he's just looking for a way out. Morgan is trying to convince him, and that's a big part of the episode. But John is going to lend his truck to Morgan and Dakota to go back to where Morgan wants to go, but the ranger comes across them, shoots up the truck, and it's not working. The ranger hog ties, calf ropes, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, Morgan, which is a nice callback to a prior episode this season when Morgan did it to the other ranger, but John easily takes this guy out. And it's sad because John is a gunslinger, right? And you're like, he's basically the Rick Grimes of this show. He's a sheriff, he's got good aim, he can just take out people left and right, and he's got great skills. But he buries this ranger, and that's what John does. While they're talking there, Morgan sees a truck that he tries to fix up, and he can't because it needs work, and they can find another truck, and they're trying to find, this parts from this truck to fix the truck that was shot up. And, they're basically just trying to fix things up so they can get back to Morgan's community. The Dakota John dialogue is nice. It's a nice thing where you see them talking and you can see like, all right, John's going to help out. What's going to happen here? But Morgan finds out that John's going to kill himself because of the tiles. And, basically Morgan knows that John doesn't want to be there anymore, but Morgan, being Morgan, tries to help out and be involved. And John just isn't built for this world. Dakota is interesting because I think she's hiding stuff, and I wonder if it's going to come out next episode. I personally hope Dakota and Virginia get killed off in episode 609 or 610, and we have something in the back half of season 6 even more. But Morgan is trying to be there for John, and he's bringing up great points. Like this guy who walked all the way across the country and came across John in season 4 was Morgan, and it was kind of the universe telling him that John and Morgan were meant to help each other, and Morgan's trying to pay it forward to help John when he's in need, which is nice when you get support. But Morgan shows the note that he was given by whoever saved him. We find out that it was Dakota. But they go to the bridge and they decide to use the truck with the doors on it and get close to them and kind of drive through the walkers instead of just using spears and knives and rebar and metal and whatever to take out the walkers one by one by one by one by one by one by one, doing it 1,000 times so they have to, but it's safe. But decide to go through there and drive there. They have Dakota drive the truck. John lends Dakota his gun. It'll be the detriment to John, basically. But Dakota does save John in this episode. John goes on top of the truck to aim at the walkers because they're going to use up all their bullets to shoot the walkers for some reason. Morgan, who's limping around, undoes the tie that's there, and the walkers are going to come out one by one. Yeah, right, single file. Dakota's driving along. Stuff gets stuck in the tires. Stuff breaks down. The truck breaks down. So John has to hop over the hood of the truck and get really close to the walkers. Take these out. Come on, kill them one by one by one by one by one. But instead, he decides to get into the danger zone, and Morgan's killing out the walkers around him. They could have easily took out these walkers with Morgan's, staff or halberd or whatever you want to call it. But this walker to the left of John gets super close, and it's just so dumb. Like, John doesn't have a knife at all, but he's trying to fix the truck. Dakota aims the gun that she was lent by John inside. She's like, John, move. She fires through the glass. Perfect shot. Boom. Kills the walker. She's a dead eye with this gun, right? But look at the foreshadowing, because we'll see later on that Dakota shoots John, which is a very big bummer for the character. Dakota drives through the walkers, crashes into the side of the bridge with the fencing. And if you look at the glass right there, you see a bullet hole that's actually pointing to where Dakota basically shoots John. Morgan takes out the walkers, and it's pretty easy, and the walkers are all gone now. Everyone on the bridge is safe. Morgan gives a picture to John that's of John and John's father, and it's a nice moment. John takes out the red rag, clearly right there, red rag to clean his gun with, and it's kind of foreshadowing what happens because of red objects. Morgan talks to Ginny and gives up John's location, basically of the cabin and the store. So John has to go with Morgan now to his sanctuary, and Dakota and John are going through looking for a red clip to fix the truck. They have to kill these walkers again. John doesn't have a knife. Dakota still has the gun. She is walking through, and she eventually finds the clip on the ground. It's a red clip. I talk about this in my early access review, but ultimately it's pretty interesting. It's red, so many red objects in this episode. Dakota is grabbed by a walker that's playing possum. Gotta love when they do that. She stabs the walker in the head with a knife. That is the knife that she killed Cameron with. So stuff starts to unfold that Cameron was killed by Dakota because Cameron told Ginny about Dakota leaving, and John basically sees that Dakota is the person who killed Cameron, and I don't know what John was going to do Would she really turn Dakota in? But how could you trust Dakota after this, right? I mean, it's one of those questions where she killed somebody, but did she do it out of self-defense, self-preservation? But either way, Dakota kills John or shoots John in the chest, and we don't know at this point, is he going to survive? Morgan was shot in the chest, but, you know, he survived. John lands in the water, finds the picture of him and his father, lands on a door, floats down the river, and when June finds him, we don't know if he's a walker or not. But he picks his head up and he's a walker. It's a heartbreaking moment. It's an impactful death. And I guess deaths on the shows like these need to be impactful. And there's a lot of rumors that he wanted off the show, and we'll just have to see what Talking Dead says. But Morgan comes over to Dakota and talks to Dakota, and he's like, where's John? What happened? He puts 2 and 2 together and knows that Dakota did something to John, sees the knife, and finds out, you know, puts 2 and 2 together again, that she's the one involved with the knife and Cameron and everything there. Then we find out the big news that Morgan was saved by Dakota, and Dakota goes from like this scared, worried, you know, upset person to like, you ain't gonna kill me. You need me. I need you to take out Virginia. That's why you're alive. I saved you. So I'm going with, we were correct in this video that Dakota is far worse than Virginia. But you can just see in her face, it's great acting by the way, that she is definitely not who we think she is. She's someone that is all about protecting herself. Did she kill her parents? We'll have to see how it breaks down later on this season. But Virginia is looking for John in the cabin. June and the Rangers go there, and then Morgan calls them and says, John got shot, goes down the river, and you know, it ends with John being a walker and June killing him. But we find out that Alicia and Charlie make it to the dam, the settlement Morgan has been working on. Dwight, Althea, and a lot of people are here, and they've done some work to it. Do work, son. But Morgan says over the radio that we need firepower. Talk to Sherry because the fight's coming to the settlement, and clearly that's going to happen probably next episode. But since Dakota killed John, June's husband, what's that going to mean with June and Virginia? Is June going to kill Virginia and Dakota? Is Morgan going to kill Dakota? What's going to happen here? I can't wait to find out, and it's supposed to be awesome the next couple episodes is what I'm hearing. Morgan, Lenny James, said one of the best episodes in the Walking Dead universe is coming up in the back half of season 6. So what does that mean? But I think June is going to play a big part in that for sure. She finds her dead husband that was killed by Jenny's sister. That's not going to be good for Virginia and June's relationship. I just see Virginia and Dakota being taken out, and then we see the end as the beginning people with the guy that Alicia was talking to. So I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode. So did they ruin the series? I don't know. But if John Dory, Garrett Dillahunt, wanted off the show, and that's why they killed John off, it's a little more understandable. But we'll have to see. I haven't seen Talking Dead yet as I make this video, so we'll have to see what is said about it. But I can't wait to find out. I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was very entertaining. Thank you guys, and sorry about the spoiler warning stuff at the beginning, but there were so many people complaining about it on YouTube and social media about all the spoilers. No one is making you watch any of these videos. You choose to watch them, and when I say spoiler warning, it's a warning for spoilers, and then when you hear them, you complain about it? Come on, man, that doesn't make sense. But thank you guys, let me know your thoughts, post your comments below, stay safe, and tell them Daryl.